Have you ever found yourself wondering if you're surrounded by people who just don't seem to get it? Maybe you've noticed behaviors in certain women that leave you shaking your head, questioning their mindset, their decisions, or their way of looking at life. But here's the thing. Understanding these signs isn't just about pointing fingers. It's about protecting your own peace, avoiding unnecessary drama, and making better choices when it comes to relationships. Trust me, by the end of this video, you'll have a clearer perspective that could change the way you approach your love life forever. Welcome to Stoic Monarch, where we explore how Stoic philosophy can empower us to make wiser decisions and lead a life of purpose. In today's video, we're going to dive deep into understanding certain behaviors that can be harmful to your peace of mind and your relationships. These 6 signs might reveal some not-so-wise patterns in relationships that can affect your mental clarity. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and let's aim for 1,000 likes on this video. Let's get started. Just pretend you've met someone in a completely unfamiliar social setting. Being in her company makes everything seem perfect. She's beautiful and fun. However, little things start to pile up, and you start to question her apparent intelligence. Now, when I say intelligence, I'm not talking about academic smarts. I mean the highly esteemed Stoic qualities of knowledge, self-awareness, and emotional intelligence. According to Seneca, a prominent Stoic philosopher, the greatest obstacle to living is expectancy, which hangs upon tomorrow and loses today. This suggests that our present decisions, especially regarding the people we associate with, might dictate our future. 1. She thrives on drama. Have you ever had a relationship that sent you on a wild roller coaster of emotions? 1 minute, everything is fine, and the next minute, you're in the middle of a fight over something trivial, like a late text message. As a result, you start to wonder what makes it so challenging every time. If you hear someone enjoying causing trouble, you should be on the lookout. Some women, and let's be honest, some men, have it worse than it needs to be. They crave disorder and find ways to create it, even when there isn't any. It's like they can't go about their daily lives without feeling some kind of emotional pain. But here's the point. A relationship isn't supposed to be a soap opera. An intelligent woman, on the other hand, seeks peace, not turmoil. She knows that the weight of power is not to become furious about trivial things, but to be tranquil. Think back to your own romantic experiences. Ever dated someone who couldn't stop finding fault? Maybe she'd get angry if you didn't respond to her text message within 5 minutes. Or she'd accuse you of not caring enough and start fights if you went out with friends. It hurts a little at first, but it gets emotionally draining after a while. Why does this happen? Because drama is a form of attention-seeking for some women. If no one is talking, something is wrong with their minds. They're used to chaos, and now they find peace unsettling. Before you know it, you're ensnared in a never-ending cycle of broken hearts and broken promises, deceiving yourself into believing that's love. On the other hand, if you find yourself being consumed by her emotional tempests, it's wise to pause and ask yourself, is this really the life I want? As Marcus Aurelius, a wise Stoic, said, the mind, not external circumstances, is within your control. You'll find the power you need once you recognize this. A wise woman understands that love should be a haven, not a battlefield. 2. She can't take responsibility. Let me paint a picture for you. You're in a relationship where everything is going great until it doesn't. Maybe it's a small argument or something more serious, like a breakdown in communication. But instead of talking it out rationally, she jumps to conclusions and says, "It's not my fault. You should have been more wise." Ever heard that line before? If you have, you know how frustrating it is to work with someone who will always avoid doing their job. It's always someone else's fault, whether it's their parents, their ex-employer, or even you. But the reality is that if the other person can't take responsibility for their actions, you and your relationship will never get anywhere. We're all imperfect. Everyone makes mistakes. The ability to recognize mistakes, assess the situation, and proceed is what distinguishes the intelligent from the foolish. According to Stoicism, understanding oneself is the source of true power. As Epictetus said, "We suffer not from the events in our lives, but from our judgment about them." The secret to a fulfilled life is not avoiding errors, but finding ways to deal with them. This naive woman, though, with her victim mindset, refuses to leave her side no matter how bad things get. Someone else is always to blame. Staying around this type of person will lead to you being held responsible for things that were never your fault.